Doom, dun, 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 dun. Doom, dun, 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 dun. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, dun, 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 dun. What up? What up, my guys? Welcome to another show, man. It's NBA Talk with Jay. Monday, new week, it's new money, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Guy Matt Conway, we got a new member. My guy Danny, my guy DJ Woodworker as well, man. Denver spot as well. Man. Hey, hit my line, my brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to definitely hit the casino tonight, man. Hopefully we'll be celebrating the Nuggets winning the championship. You see what I'm saying? But y'all know how it is. It's Monday. It's Game 5 of the NBA Finals. We have our guy Rob Veno here with us from Wager Talk. Rob, how you doing, my brother? Everything cool with you?
Hey, I am good today, Jay. How are you? Good to start off Monday with you here in our regular time slot with game 5. We'll see if it gets extended or if it doesn't. But certainly there's an awful long time between these games, isn't there, Jay? It feels like
Mm-hmm.
forever ago that Denver went up 3-1.
Right, yeah, no, that's a fact. Yeah, 2 days in between. Obviously, they're going from east to west, all that good stuff, and that one. So, hey, Nuggets have the 3-1 lead, man. They have a chance to close it out at the house. You don't really want to go back to Miami because then what? Then you mess around, lose that one. Now it's Game 7. So I'm sure the NBA would like to see that, but if you're the Nuggets, you don't want to extend this out any longer than it is right now. You have the 3-1 lead. You know what I'm saying? You definitely want to try to end this tonight. But they're 9-point favorites, right? Let's go ahead and talk about it. We only have one game to talk about. There's no WNBA even on today, guys. So it's only going to talk about the NBA. We're going to deep dive into the game. First, we'll talk about the spread. Then we'll talk about the side. Then we'll talk about the total, and then we might get into some props as well. There's a few props that I'd like to take in this game. To be honest with you, I like a few props better than the side. But let's talk about the side here. We got the Nuggets laying 9 points here at the house versus the Miami Heat. Now I'll tell you, like the Nuggets, they should run away with this, and they're at the house. They have the crowd behind them, Rob. It's just something I never really do. I don't really like to bet against the desperation spot. I know that when you're down 3-1, and I mean you get down double digits, you could really go ahead and pack it in. Like bags might already be packed for the Heat. In that one, but it's just some with me and like the way that I like to bet and handicap games and cap the mindset of the players. I know that the Nuggets sometimes get a little fat and happy. I know that the Heat never will really give up until that final buzzer of the fourth quarter. So I'll be honest, I don't want to bet the side here at all. I don't even really have a good lean, Rob. We did see that Tyler Hero is likely to come back to this game. It could matter. It could not. Obviously, he couldn't be super rusty, but it is another body out there for them, or at least a ball handler. But I mean, if I had to bet it, I would take the points here, but I just don't. I don't want to mess with the side. I think I could see either one happen. I could see the Heat covering, like losing, but losing by 5 or 6 points. I could see the Nuggets getting up by 15 and not letting it go and go ahead and blow their ass out of the water. I could see that as well. So I mean, the Heat, they might just be out of gas in this one. Rob, how you looking at the side here? Nuggets land 9 at the house.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jay, in the fact that I don't really want to lay 9 with Denver against a team that, we'll get into this a little bit more, but it really doesn't show that they quit on any game. Denver's won 3 times, and all 3 are by double digits. So why would I be scared to lay 9, right? They win by
Right.
11 at home, and then they win by doubles twice in Miami. Different point spreads, obviously, in Miami. The 2 at home, Miami comes back and wins the second game. Here's the way I would look, Jay, honestly. If I was going to play Miami, I would probably look Miami first half +5, thinking
Mm-hmm.
that they come out with that sense of desperation,
Right.
urgency, the corner team have to win, shoot our shot, rather than play full game. Because if the circumstance is that Denver's +18 at the end of 3, I don't know that we'll find the same fight in Miami anymore that we found all year
Right.
long. That could be quitting time. The whistle could blow, and that could be the end of that. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little afraid of that if Denver were to. It's not to say that they're going to be, but you have to look at all scenarios.
Right.
And if that's the case, and we're 9:30 left in the fourth, and Denver's up 92-74, I mean,
Yeah, that's it.
Miami, they're not coming back this time, I don't think, or they're not going to
Right.
try the way that they do. So I'm a little afraid to take the 9. I think if I was going to play the underdog side here, I would look Miami +5. All that being said, I'm not too comfortable laying 9 as well with Denver. Although, like you said, this should be a wrap for them. I think they've shown us after 4 games, this could have been a sweep, right? In all
Mm-hmm.
honesty, if not for the fourth quarter in game 2, this could be 4-0 all done, and we wouldn't be here talking today. So they're the better team. when they're fully focused, they've shown they can defend Miami. I would count on Eric Spoelstra to try a couple of different things. And to be honest with you, Jay, I think Miami will be a little more free and relaxed to start this game rather than uptight and wanting to play in quicksand like they've tried already. So maybe we see a little bit of difference for Miami. Where Tyler Hero's concerned, honestly, I didn't factor him into the handicap here. I just don't know what he's going to bring or not bring. They're even still talking about maybe in shoot around he could suffer a setback and then maybe not play at all. So can he endure the pain? And when I read, can he endure the pain? I'm not willing to say Tyler Hero is going to be a difference maker here.
Facts. No, that's a fact there. From what my reports are saying, that he's expected to play, and it makes sense, right? This is the last game. Now, they did say that he was trying to come back game 2. Then they say he was trying to come back game 3. This is game 5. You lose this one, the season's over. So I can understand why he will likely tough it out. Now, guys, he may not mean shit, but I can't say that he's likely going to tough it out in this one. I mean, you're looking at going to the house here for the rest of the season. This one, they're probably going to try to give it everything they got. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, I don't want to play the side of the game, but you make a good point there, Rob. Even if I'm leaning at +9 for the game. Now, I will say, I'll tell you this, even if their Heat are down 15 in the fourth quarter, I still think that they're going to try to go. They're still going to try to give it their all. Like, that's just the way that the Heat are built, right? They don't really have an ounce of quit in them. Like, just none of their players. These are undrafted players, even if they're putting in guys like Hayward Highsmith, shit like that, like they're never gonna give up in this game. You know what I'm saying? So I can say that where if the Nuggets are up 15, I actually would probably live bet the Heat. Like if the Nuggets are up 15 in the fourth quarter, or where if they're up by anything more than a spread, I probably would go ahead and live bet them, because if you're Nuggets, you don't have to go balls to the wall to end it. You just need to win by 1 or 2 points, and then you're about to go celebrate. They know that. I'm telling you, this Nuggets team, like even though there's some ballers, mentality wise, you see them time and time again get fat and happy. Like you see it during a game, you see it coming off a win, all things like this. So if they're up 15 in the fourth quarter, I actually think the Heat still have a chance, just because they're going to fight and claw into the last second there, especially knowing that the Nuggets, all they need to do is win by 1, and they're good and they're champions. Yeah, they're going to take a little bit off. They're going to take their foot off the gas in the fourth quarter for sure. So, good Lord, man. I'm not betting the Heat +9. It's definitely one I'd like to live bet, but some tells me like this isn't the team that just necessarily goes down easy. I know that their offense has been absolutely ass here, Rob. So I mean, that's a good point. I probably leaned Heat full game and Heat first half, but no way in hell I'm playing it. I think you might be better off finding the live spot here, Rob. But that's gonna segue us into the next talking about the total in this one. If you're the Heat, you have to try to push the pace, man. You walking the ball up the floor, like you can't even score in the half court. Then you're best off trying to run and gun and get some easy baskets in transition or catch the Nuggets before they fully set up their defense, because Jokic and Gordon obviously have the size advantage over these guys. It's just been really tough for the Heat to score, even at the house, right, Rob? What do you think here? Do you think we see like the third straight under in this game, or do you think the Heat finally try to push the tempo in this one?
Well, I've been thinking the way you're talking, Jay, for 3 games now. Now, I think Miami might have tricked themselves, right? They might have tricked themselves by winning game 2 the way that they did, with a very, very slow pace. I think the fourth quarter, if I remember right, when they did the analytics on that, the fourth quarter was the slowest paced quarter of any in the playoffs this season. They came back last game and, according to my numbers, played just as slow, if not slower. The fact that they won that game 2, playing the way that they did, convinced them that they could win other games that way. And it's just not fact at all, because they tried it again. And this time Denver paid attention to their 3-point shooters, and Denver can score in the half court whenever they want. Miami's half court offense, to me, the best way I describe it, I said this on the show the other night, it looks like a traffic jam in the half court. Every single thing that they attempt to put up is either in front of a body, or it's congestion, like you're dragging other defenders into the play. There's just the spacing is terrible, or Denver's just reactive time is magnificent in these cases. But the half court, it's too hard, Jay. I watch it and I'm like, you guys, you can't even get a clean shot off against these guys. So push. And the retaliation back to me was, well, Miami can't run with Denver. That's Denver's game. And I'm not suggesting that Miami run for 48 minutes. I'm not saying that. But when you have opportunity, you got to get easy buckets against this team, because you're not going to get tough ones. If Denver's going to force Miami to shoot tough twos, then there's no way I want Miami. I don't want that. Max Strus and Gabe Vincent, Jay, they're 4 for 27 combined from the field the last two
Good
games.
God.
You can't win like that.
I can do
And the
better than
reason,
that.
yeah, you could, and because you'd get out in front of the break and get yourself a couple. These guys, the shots that they're forced to take are tough. And even when Max Strus is open, now you can see it's had an effect on him because he's not close. They're just rushed. They're always fearful that there's going to be a hand coming from somewhere. I think like you do, that they have to push it a little bit. And to what I said earlier, I think they'll play a little freer and a little looser here. I think Eric Spoelstra will take some of the reins off. It just surprises me, Jay, because when we look back to the Miami-Milwaukee series, they did run.
Right.
Those games against Milwaukee, not one single game totaled less than 220. And you can't convince me. I know Giannis was injured for one, or not quite right for a couple. But you can't convince me that team is not built similarly to Denver in the fact that they have that huge front line in Milwaukee,
right,
and they like to push pace. And Miami said, hey, we can do that too. And they won a series. Here, they haven't even attempted it. So the total has come down so far, Jay, from 219 in the opener to 208 and a half. And I think they probably pushed it to 209 now. 10 points, a lot of points to shave off a total in my estimation. Miami's team total is 99 and a half. Dang. If you can't score 100, you're gonna, the series is over. So, a couple of those things, they just I flirt with those ideas over for the game. Miami getting to 100 tonight, just because. But I think some things have to change, and I think Eric Spoelstra maybe will try to change because again, I feel like Game 2 was a mirage because of the fourth quarter, and they just tricked themselves into playing a brand of basketball that they're not better than Denver at. They're just not better than Denver at that.
No, that's a fact there. What do you think? So you're saying if you do like the over, then you would just go ahead and go with the Heat team total over? I was going to ask you about the team totals. Do you think that the Heat, like if the full game goes over, then you think that the Heat have to go over that 99.5? That's what you're saying, Rob? Or what do you think about the team totals here?
I think they probably do. I think the first thing is Denver. To me, Denver can't be stopped. Denver gets to 108 no matter what. In these games, no matter how slow it's played, no matter what happens, Denver can score again. So we have to figure at home that they can get to the 108, 112 mark in that range at least. And then you need Miami to push it the rest of the way over the total. And if I think the game's going over, then Miami's team total has to go over. It's set at 99.5. So, yeah, I think they correlate. I mean, some would say, Rob, why not play Denver's team total in the over? And I'm not going to argue you off of that because Denver has been so good at scoring. Yeah, I just feel like the numbers have come down to a point, Jay, where as a bettor, I have to try and, chase an opportunity here. It just looks like an opportunity to me because the numbers are so low.
No, that's a fact there, man. So, yeah, I was talking to our guy, Ski. I think he likes the under, but, like, some money has come in on the over. It was at 208.5, like, ever since Game 4 ended. It got pushed up to 209.5. So, somebody's putting some money on the over. And you know what? I'll tell you this. It's crazy because, like, with a regular team, I don't think the Heat are the type of team that'll give up. Like, I don't like this. I hate that team, but I still know that they're a scrappy type of team. They don't really just, like, give up. Usually in these Game 5 spots, I feel like the reason why some people are taking the over here or push it up from 208.5 to 209.5 is because sometimes things can just go off the rails. And then before you know it, oh, damn, now the Nuggets got 115, 100. Like, sometimes teams can really just pour it on you in the closeout game. It's either they're gonna pour it on or it's gonna be the hardest game of the series. You know what I'm saying? So it's a low ass total, man. But the way that the Heat been playing, the way they've been struggling on offense, I can't mess with the total here, Rob. But I mean, I can understand what people are trying to do, trying to get in on the over. They're expecting the Heat to at least come to their senses and say, hey, look, guys, we got to score some points here. We can't go out scoring the last two games, scoring 94 and 95. Like, in their 3 losses, they scored 93, 94, and 95 here. So maybe they scored 96 points tonight. That would be hey, but they did score 111 though in their win there, but like I said, they needed the Nuggets to go like a couple of times where they didn't score for 3 minutes at all for that to happen. And that's the only game that's went over so far in this series here. It's crazy because in the Heat's last 8 games, 7 out of the last 8 have went under, and they're 7 out of the last 8 Heat games have went under, man. That's crazy there. That's crazy. But what do you think about some props here, Rob? I'll tell you something. But guys, I in the chat, I hadn't bet a single play on this game. I really just want the Nuggets to win. I'll be good enough with that. The couple of props that I'm eyeing here, we know that Jokic kind of tweaked his ankle right in game 4. So it tells me, okay, so if Jokic and he even barely practiced as well. So they had a closed door practice, which Jokic probably didn't do shit in that one. And then they had another practice where it was 30 minutes for the media, and he was very limited in that one. So I feel like they just had him moving around for everybody to see. When you tweak your ankle like that and it's like, and you roll it like all the way to the side, there's no way that you're still back 100%, guys. I hope, I'm telling you, it's going to take a little time. So it's just my angle on it. I feel like Jokic goes under his 29.5 points. Well, last night it was at 29.5. This morning I see it's 28.5 at a couple, but BetMGM and Caesars. Over 28.5 was juiced in that one. I feel like Jokic goes under his points total. Whether he's good or not, I still feel like this is a game where he kind of focuses on the assists. If he wants to average a triple-double for this series, I believe he has to get 10 assists tonight. Right now he's averaging 8.4. So if I'm not mistaken, if he gets 10 more tonight, I think my number's right, because he has 32 over 4 games. You know what I'm saying? Which that's 8 there. If he gets 10 tonight, it'll be 42. Yeah, no, that's still not enough. So I think he has to get like 13 assists in this one. But regardless, I think Jokic focuses a little bit more on assists. If I'm gonna make one bet on this game or 2 bets, it would be Jokic assist over and then under on his points. We saw Jamal Murray can do it, Bruce Brown, Aaron Gordon had a great game last game, right? So they have more people that can do it. There was one game where Jokic was like he had to score. That's not necessarily every game. Now I think they win the game. I think Jokic does just enough what he needs to, maybe go for 25 points, but I don't think he goes for 30 tonight simply because he doesn't have to. He can focus on the boards. He can focus on getting some assists. Like, their team is a lot more well-rounded. Now, Jimmy Butler, in my opinion, if you want some over there, he has to try to be aggressive tonight. I don't know what's up with Butler. They're saying that his ankle might not be 100%, but if I'm betting some on the Heat, it will probably be Butler over his points. I'm not looking at that. I don't want any Heat props, but some tells me that Jokic doesn't go for 30 points tonight, and he tries to get his assist up. So a play for me would be Jokic assist over and under on his points. That's literally what I've been thinking about all night. If I'm placing one bet on this game, the main one will be Jokic points under, and then another one, a secondary, will be assist over. Rob, what do you think about that, or any props in this one?
Yeah, I could see that. I could see if Jokic's mobility is limited in any way, shape, or form, they could just wrap him up at the high post and let him pass out of it, right?
Right.
If Miami insists on playing zone, then he can just stand there and not have to do a lot mobility-wise or agility-wise and become an assist guy. So I could totally understand that. It's less work, it's less contact, it's less movement, the whole shooting match. So that very well, if he's not able to go the way he usually goes, then, and he probably won't be ahead of any breaks either, Jay. We've seen this guy pull a John Stockton on us and lead the break down the floor a lot of times. So a couple of things here. If he is limited, then that would put my faith more in Aaron Gordon. This has become an Aaron Gordon series, not a Michael Porter Jr. series. Aaron Gordon on the boards, Aaron Gordon with his athleticism at the rim, where Miami is still limited size-wise. Aaron Gordon has brought that to the forefront here. Can't shoot free throws, but boy, oh boy, his points, rebounds, and assists total for this evening is 23.5. In the last 2 games, he's put up 26 and 40 in that category. So Aaron Gordon might be a way to look if Jokic's numbers come down a little bit. And on the other side of that, Bam has just been automatic money printer with this points, rebounds, and assists. And if Jokic, again, if he can't move the way he has been moving, then Bam probably gets even more. His number tonight, 33.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Right. He's exceeded that every single game so far. He hasn't gone under 33.5. So 4 straight overs where that number is concerned. Opposing center that's a little bit hobbled. Maybe Bam is worth a look. And if I had the choice, Jay, I just highlighted 2 guys that have not shot whatsoever. Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, the last 2 games. If I had my choice, I'd put my
Look, Rob, hey, I'm looking for him. Man, where y'all at, bro? Michael Porter Jr. too. Where you at?
I don't want any part of Max Strus because he had 1 game in his last 12 that was any good, and it was only a quarter. It was the first quarter where he came out and made like 3 threes right away. And otherwise, he's non-existent. So if I had to put my faith in a guard to get back to their normal numbers, it would be Gabe Vincent, maybe even a little Caleb Martin. But I would think that, where the Jokic situation is concerned, if you're looking for alternative options, Aaron Gordon, Bam Adebayo might be good ones.
No, that's a great one there. So, like I say, Jokic just sit. If I know people in the chat saying they think Jokic goes for a triple double, so they do have juice on his over 9.5 assists. But I just feel like he's going to be a little bit more worried about getting the rest of the team here, right? Like if this was 2-2, then I wouldn't be taking it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even be looking to. I hadn't bet it yet, guys. I'll be honest. I really don't like the feel of this game, man. And I always tell people, like, as far as the finals goes, like there's a lot of people that they kind of just make bets all over the place. So I'm going to play some threes. I'm going to play some shit at alternate points total plus 500. Like, there's a lot of people that kind of just go out there and kind of throw stuff up against the wall and see if it sticks, or make bets that they hope can cash. If you guys know me, been watching me the past 4 or 5 years, I don't make those type of bets. Because I'm not just sprinkling a few, you know what I'm saying? Even when I sprinkle something, it's not a few dollars, man. So I'm making real bets. I got real money on this shit. I don't really make those type of bets that it's like, oh, I'm hoping that it's cash. Now I like betting the ones like I know this shit finna cash. And so, like I say, the main thing that I've been thinking about last night over the course of the night is Jokic assist over, which you can get 9.5. It is a juice to the over, but I think he's going to be a lot worried about passing the ball here tonight. I'm just saying, like, even if he's 80%, if the ankle isn't totally 100%, I just feel like he won't really be trying to force the scoring like that. Now, if he's getting some easy baskets, if he has getting the ball back at the ring, getting the rebound, putting it back up, that's one thing. But as far as just handing the ball to Jokic and say, hey, go get a bucket, I just don't think we see that form of him tonight. So I really think under his points is a great look. Like I say, if he's limited in practice, guys, that means that the ankle is not 100%. It was heavily taped as well. You see him kind of walking with a little something. Obviously, he walked funny, but he walking with a little, you know what I'm saying, a little sway there, man. So I really feel like the top looks in this game for me, Jokic, under it was 29.5 last night. I did see 28.5 with juice to the over today, but it's either he's going to give 25 or he's going to get 30, in my opinion. I don't think there's going to be in between there, but it could be closer to 20 tonight, and he might try to go for 15 assists. So honestly, the assist is probably a better look over 9.5. We know that he's going to try his best to at least average a triple-double in this series. He's going to try his best, and for that, he has to go for like 15 assists tonight. So Jokic assist over, Jokic points under. That would be my two top looks, guys. I don't feel like totally great about it, but that's what I've been thinking about. That's my angle on the game. Like I said, if I'm betting aside, man, fuck them Heat. I hope they get smacked up tonight, to be honest with you. Like, I ain't fuck them Heat, but I do agree with you, Rob. That was a good look. If the Heat have anything, they mean they would come out here in the first half plus the 5. They have any desperation, right? If you don't cover the first half, probably it's a small chance that you're probably not coming back in this one, Rob. But let's go ahead and get out of here, my brother. Unless you have anything else on this one, Rob, we can recap the looks that we have on the game.
Yeah, let's go ahead to promo here, Jay, for Wager Talk. WagerTalk.com. As always, when I'm on here on Mondays, it's $9 Monday at WagerTalk.com. If you're interested in selection packages and you haven't tried before, the best day to try it is on Monday, where Wager Talk offers all selections from all handicappers, all strengths of release, whether it be 3, 4, 5%, whatever it is. It's all $9 over there at WagerTalk.com. You can find my plays there on my homepage each and every day, WagerTalk.com. If you're not currently a member and you like the analysis you get on Jay's show, you can get it in all other sports as well. And you can see Jay over at Wager Talk too, doing some NBA and WNBA work. But you can get any sport, whatever you're interested in, MLB, NHL, golf, auto racing. I mean, they cover it all over there. WagerTalk.com. Just drop your email address. You'll get instant free access to all the video and all the written content provided by the handicappers at WagerTalk.com. For the show, Jay, I'm going to go this route. To me, from what I've seen of Aaron Gordon, he's been as impressive as anybody on the floor. So I'll go the player prop direction with Aaron Gordon, his points, rebounds, and assists. I don't want to limit it to one or the other here because he's been involved in all 3 categories in this entire series. And it just, a lot of times it's the matchup that works for players. He hadn't been really that present other than defensively in previous series, but here his ability at the rim offensively and his athleticism up and down the floor has really been on display. So I'm going to go with Aaron Gordon, points, rebounds, and assists over 23.5. I think that's probably the best route to go here tonight.
I like it. I like it, man. I'm telling you right now. I really feel like this Jokic under the points is right because I hadn't bet a single play on this game, but like I said, I have been thinking about it all night long. That's my angle on it. No matter who covers, no matter who wins, I feel like Jokic goes under his 29.5 points tonight, and I feel like he goes over assists. To be honest with you, the assist is probably a little bit better because even if he goes out points, I definitely think he's going to at least attempt to average a triple double here. The most assists he's had in the game is 14. He did have a few where he only had 4, but remember that's when the Heat were kind of trying to take him out of the game. Now I think the Heat need to focus more on offense in this game. They're obviously going to focus on defense as well, but first I think Jokic is a little hobbled in this one. And so with that, I feel like he's going to get the boards. It's going to be a little easier for him to find and dissect the defense as far as assists. So the assists might be the better look, but I'm telling myself last night, I say Jokic is not going for 30 tonight, man. I don't think so because I don't think he's 100%. He tweaked his ankle. He's going to play. He limited in practice. I think Jokic under points is a little bit better, guys. I'll probably end up putting a little something on it, but I just want you guys to understand I don't have a super strong on a bet on the game where it's like, all right, look, let's take this. We cashing with this for sure. But I some tells me that Jokic doesn't try that hard to score tonight. As long as they win by 1 point, the Nuggets will be good by winning by a half of a fucking point. Like literally, they just want to win this game, and then it's time to go and party, guys. So I must say, if I was betting aside though, I'm not laying the 9 with the Nuggets. I'm rooting for them. I want them to win. I want them to blow their ass out by 30. But when it comes to betting the game, I can only look towards Heat first half, full game. I'm not betting it. I hope they get taken to fucking Smack City. Hey, we'll see you guys doing some WNBA shows. Some tells me that this is going to be the last NBA show of the season, man. It's been a great season. We always have our guy Rob here with us. Hopefully he can come on with us, do some WNBA as well with Ski. Ronald as well. We might have some other cappers doing some WNBA, guys. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. You can become a member as well. WNBA plays 7 days a week. You see what I'm saying? So won't be doing shows on here 7 days a week, especially for WNBA. So if you like, you can join the channel as a member. It's totally up to you guys, though. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, if I had 2 top looks on the game, it would be Jokic under the 29.5 points over his 9.5 assists. And now I think both of them, I think them shit's going 2-0. One time for the one time, guys. Let's get some cash, man. Y'all have a good day, great week, all that good stuff, and hopefully we'll see you guys in October, my guys. We out. Let's go. Let's get some cash, baby.